one, miracles. Do you believe in miracles, ladies and gentlemen? California might, New Jersey might, or maybe we don't. I don't know, but we're going to talk about it. Miracles. Don't forget, we're just two friends talking. We're not giving any medical or legal advice. Always check with your healthcare professionals. Okay, so Magnus, we always hear this, every friggin' day almost, right? Oh, that was a miracle. Oh my God, it was a miracle. Oh my God, miracle. It was a miracle. Oh, you see a big miracle. Oh my God, you see that miracle? It was a miracle. We throw it around loosely, and we also throw it around very seriously, right? Like, oh, thank God that person's alive. It was a miracle because they beat the odds. Um, so I was thinking lately too. I'm like, I don't know, like, do I believe in miracles? And I ask you, the viewers, do you believe in miracles? And there's no right or wrong answer. It's just opinions, and Magnus and I are going to give our opinions. So Magnus, in short, I do not believe in miracles. No. I think it's nice to feel that, like something went your way, that person beat the odds and they're alive, the shark tried to kill them, they didn't die. Oh my God, it's a miracle. And I throw it around a lot too. Oh, that was a miracle, but when push comes to shove, I do not believe in miracles. Do you believe in miracles, Magnus?
Well, like, it's the same thing. I believe in luck. If you say that luck is preparation and opportunity that meets, right? And a similar, you can say that miracles are similar. I would just say that mostly miracles are seen as events that have a very low statistical chance or risk of happening. So
okay, Magnus. Okay, so based on what you said, right? I'm going to play devil's advocate. Right. So beating the odds of something, or odds of something happening, are very, very, very slim. However, someone beats the shark attack. Is swimming in the ocean and was supposed to die from the shark attack. Doesn't. That's a miracle. Then what about the person that gets bit by the shark, which is very rare to happen, but they did. Then they die. So both are very, very slim odds. But one's a miracle and one is called what then? A curse? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like you said, it beat the odds of something. But I mean, a lot of things could beat the odds of something, and you could get a paper cut. It gets a rare infection, and then you die. That happens to people.
Yes,
so that's beating the odds, right? It's beating the odds are you're not going to die from a paper cut, but they quote unquote beat the odds and they wind up dying, right? Or right, the odds of you surviving a shark attack are very, very slim. Okay, you beat those odds. So if it's a definition of beating odds, then that's really not a good definition because again, the paper cut person died. They beat the odds because the odds are they shouldn't die, but they did. So if a miracle is the exception to the rule, it really doesn't make sense then. So I don't know. But
but that's what I'm saying. Is that, well, usually we're saying that a miracle is usually a positive thing, but it's the same thing. Like, looking at it statistically, I mean, do we know that other life exists in it, like in universe or something like that? I mean, we can always, like, there's so many layers on this that we can go into, and it goes down to being more what your beliefs are or not. And then I think that is important. Like, well, I'm not a person that is going to try to correct you if there's a God or not, or things like that. I mean, like, looking at it, how many gods are actually, like, do exist in religion or outside of religion in the world today? I mean, I think if I remember correctly, it's over 300. So I mean, it's the same thing. Who's right or who's wrong? Like,
I'm not going to correct anybody either. Or I will say this though. Again, no one's going to correct me. Everyone has their own opinion. But it's just our opinions. But I think that also someone once said, like, if you believe in miracles, then you're asking the universe, you're asking life to suspend the laws of nature and physics and everything. And Mother Nature, the universe, the world, the laws of physics are the laws of physics, the laws of math are the laws of math. They're they never change. 2 + 2 is 4, no matter how you slice it. You cannot make the miracle of saying 2 + 2 is now 3. So if you fall out of a plane at 30,000 feet, the laws are you will die. Now, for some crazy reason, if you live, that's not a miracle. It's just good luck or something, like, because
or
the
bad luck,
physics don't
depending on how you see it, right?
right, but the laws of physics don't change. The
Yeah, no,
velocity
no, no.
meets a solid mass, like, and sometimes exceptions happen to the rule, but that doesn't
Exactly.
change physics. That doesn't
Yeah.
change the laws of life. And by the way, you have people that say, "Well, I prayed in this way." Okay, well, I know a lot of people that prayed, but they still lost their child to cancer.
Yeah.
So now we're to believe that your God is like, "Well, I'll just strike down that kid over there, even though they're praying to me, but I'll strike them down. But the other kid with the same cancer, I'll let them live. It seems like they're praying harder, Like, come on, like, I don't believe in that type of God, and I'm a Christian. But Magnus, what I do now is, and I just had this conversation with my friend today, actually. He's in the hospital, and he's going to make a knock on wood, he's going to make a full recovery. I don't want to get into his details, but I'm very happy for him. But I said to him, I said, dude, I don't pray to God anymore for shit. My pastor always says, God's not a genie. Don't pray to God for shit.
Yeah.
God's not a genie. So what I do now is I just ask God to walk with me, be with me. That's it. I don't ask for outcomes, because I don't know about anybody else out there, but I've prayed for people to be cured and people to be saved, and they died. And I prayed for people to be cured and saved, and they lived. But it seems to me it's more coincidence, because it's like I prayed, like I said, two kids have the same exact cancer, the same exact
Yeah.
age, and everyone, I'm praying for
Yeah,
both of them. One lives, one dies.
Yeah.
So what, the other kid got cursed? They didn't get the miracle. It just, there's, in my opinion, no such thing as miracles. So
Yeah.
And again,
But it's the
not
same
saying don't
thing. It's
pray,
like,
but
did you go through the fine print? Was there something that you missed in the fine print when you were praying for? Like,
yeah.
and I think that it's also it's a risk too, that you might do things that you should not be doing, like, well, like, my God is gonna take care of me because I prayed to him and whatnot, like, I think it's important, like you're saying, like, it's not a genie, and it's something, it comes down to most of the burden, or whatever we're gonna call it, still comes back to you, who you are as a person,
Right.
how you behave,
Right.
and so on, and
Yeah.
but like, looking at it, like, being polite, being nice, things like that goes a long way when it comes to it, right? And people will like probably see you as a better person than if you're walking around being an asshole or whatnot.
Well, yeah.
So, and it's also like, how do you feel when you go to bed, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
you can, I mean, you can create your own miracle.
Well, that's what I was going to say, to your point about creating your own miracle. If people really want to believe in miracles, well, ladies and gentlemen, if you really think about it, the very breath you take, that is a miracle. The very fact that the earth lines up with the sun, lines up with Jupiter and Mars, and is at the exact angle, and there's enough carbon dioxide and oxygen and hydrogen in the air and then the heartbeat sends the, I mean, if you really want to think about it, the whole damn thing, everything, your breath, your life is a miracle every second, because the human body is an amazing machine that doctors still can't crack the code on. So I mean, like, that is a miracle. Do you know what I mean? So if you don't have to look too far for some crazy thing that you survived the shark attack. You don't even got to go there. Just, I mean, the bugs on our hands and our face. I mean, it's
The same.
It's a miracle.
Anthony, just that you wake up another day, like that, you because sleeping, what happens when we're sleeping, right? Everything shuts down, it's reset, things like that, and that we actually, like, things get kicked in, restarted, and we wake up in the morning. I mean, like,
right.
I can tell you, when I was reading one of my biochem courses, and this was more for us clinical correlations, meaning that it was more on how people might develop sickness and things like that. I was like, well, it's amazing that everything is functioning. Mostly, I would
Right.
say, I'm
Yeah.
waking up and I'm able to move. I'm able to do the things. I'm able to
Right.
think and things like that. So when it comes down to it, and I think this is something that is important. Like life itself is a miracle, right? If we're gonna say
Right.
about it.
Right. I mean, how many planets that are like there, like us out there, that are like Earth? I mean, right there, right? That's a miracle.
Yeah.
So in a way, I just, like I said, but anyways, I just, yeah, I don't believe in the say a prayer, and I don't know. But all that being said, I do say things are miracles, just as a colloquial thing, or a saying. Oh my God, it's a miracle, and you beat the odds. I mean, but yeah, I don't think there's some man up there pulling strings if you're a good boy or girl and you prayed enough or didn't pray enough, or calling this. I think just things kind of happen sometimes for the good, and you get lucky, and sometimes things happen for the bad.
What? So there's no like shot caller in like in somewhere flying around that
Right.
decides
You can make,
everything.
listen, I know of leaders out there that really should be punished by God, and they're not. It's a miracle
Yeah.
they're not punished, so it's
Yeah.
just like, what is that then? So it's like, I don't believe in miracles. So anyways, but the irony is everything's a miracle.
Yeah.
Breathing's a
Yeah.
miracle.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a perspective. Like once you kind of, and I think this comes a little bit with age too. And I also think that it goes back and forth a little bit when knowledgeable life experiences, things like that. If you're around a lot of religion, if you're not, and so on, how you get treated. Uh, so there's a lot of layers to it, and it's the same thing. Like I said, with many things when it comes to science, just because like they might basically find like a scientific formula for miracles. I mean, unfortunately, we haven't kind of figured that one out
Well,
yet.
right.
So
We talk about that, right, Magnus?
yeah,
If somebody from the 1700s or the 1800s, okay, saw a jumbo jet take off and fly,
yeah.
they would be like, "Oh my God, it's a miracle!" Meanwhile,
Witchcraft,
right,
witchcraft.
witchcraft, it's a miracle. Meanwhile, asshole, it's physics,
Yeah,
But they
yeah,
didn't know that back then. So, kind of in a weird way, I think sometimes we say a miracle because it's things that we don't really fully understand.
yeah,
It's the whatever, this sorcery, or God's doing this. And like we used to think right way back when that people would die from certain things because of bad luck or curse, when really it was rheumatoid arthritis or cancer or meningitis or whatever. Like, so now we understand, oh, it's not bad luck. It's not, it's not good luck. It's just, we know now through microscopes and x-rays and all these things that can explain that things that used to be unexplainable, or seen as, oh my God, it's a blessing, it's a miracle. It's like, nah, that's how, the bones work or the brain work. Anyways, but I say that too. Hey, it's a miracle. It is fun to believe in it. And that's my opinion, but
yeah. No, I mean it's like both you and I said it a lot. I mean, like everybody's allowed to have their opinion and things like that, and I think it's important to be able to discuss these things and also have a little bit of an open mind, and maybe sometimes not just going into religion straight away. It's like, okay, just because we discussed this and a person has a different opinion, that we're going to hell or whatever,
right, right,
like,
right.
and have a little bit more like curiosity to also see the differences on different cultures, how they view what a miracle is, and so on, and have an understanding that it has it has been like around in many different cultures that we view certain things as miracles and so on, and be again, like I always say, try to be open-minded, right? That's one of the most important things too, and understanding like we do not need to believe in everything the same way either, and I think it's important that we have different opinions as
Oh
well
yeah,
too.
yeah, for sure. No, and again, we're having a discussion, and we're not saying
Yeah,
it's wrong.
I mean, it's the same thing, and this is the kind of the fun part when you are a little bit like scientific minded. I mean, like you can talk, like we can discuss something and go pros and cons, and you can actually like come up with positives and negatives, and like that is actually goes against your beliefs
Yeah,
if you're just willing to like
yeah,
think through like like,
Right.
okay, no, now I'm gonna take this opinion, and now I need to find
Yeah.
all like my kind of
Yeah.
what are my good bullet points that I can kind of
Right.
like go after your vision
Right.
or thoughts. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit like good sometimes to have some mind experiments as well too.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, but, you know, it's funny. My mother, she's very religious. I mean,
Yeah.
super. She makes Mother Teresa look like an atheist. And my mother, she'll do stuff like this. She'll be like, "Oh my God, you know, I was sick. I had this bad, you know, bacterial infection, and it's a miracle. I'm better. And, you know, I got better in 7 days. I said some prayers." I'm like, "Oh, that's good, Ma." I go, "It wouldn't happen to be because you took Zithromax, though, right? It wasn't because of the antibiotic the doctor gave you, right?" "No, don't be stupid. It wasn't because of that. I said my prayers and I was a miracle." I'm like, "Okay, well, do me a favor, Mom. Next time you get sick, don't take the antibiotics. Just do the prayers. Let's see how that goes. Get back to me on that one." You know,
Yeah.
so, but yeah, and again, I don't. I stopped doing that with my mother because I don't want to be an asshole.
No,
I'm an
you shouldn't.
asshole. Okay, what do you want me to
It's your mom. It's your
Yeah, yeah,
mom,
yeah.
and
And
it's the
now,
same thing. But
yeah,
it's and I think that is so important too. Like instead of because
I
looking
just
at it,
want to say,
especially
when my mother
yeah,
says that now, I just shut my mouth. I'm like, "Yes, Mom, it was a miracle. Like,
yeah,
I'm a good boy."
and then it's okay. It's not you're not losing any sleep over at the end of the day, and vice versa. But it comes down to this also. What I'm thinking about this too. This is a little bit like we see similarities when we're talking about like religion, politics, whatever it is, or which um sports team we like the best, right? And I think it's so important that you just like, yeah, it's cool, you know, like like I might not think the same that you do,
Right.
but it's okay. We do not need to start having an argument about everything, right?
No,
Like because looking at it, most of it maybe we agree on 75%, 65%, 50%, 30%. There's so many things that we can agree upon
yeah.
instead, and we don't have to constantly battle and pick a team and saying like I'm right, you're wrong.
Right. It's just
Like
you voice your opinion.
if we're always trying to go after that, I think that like life is not gonna be that fun if you're always trying to fight against everybody
Yeah, you just let people
constantly.
talk, and that's it. You know,
Yeah.
well,
So
we hear you, you hear me.
this was kind of a fun because like this when you ask this question is how like we I mean this could have been a 30-second episode.
Yeah,
It's like I don't believe in miracles. Oh, I need to arrive by.
right.
Okay,
We
so
backed up
but
why we say what we say, and again, it's just our
yeah,
opinion.
and also that like again, it's like I am open for other people's opinion and facts and things like that. Also, I'm not like I'm not sure because that's why I'm always interested to hear what other people have to say and their thoughts because I'm not in their shoes, they're not in mine.
Yeah, yeah, got
So
whatever
so
works for
so
everybody.
so having a little bit more of curiosity and interest instead of saying that everybody's wrong that thinks differently. I think that you will find life a little bit more interesting and you will probably learn a lot more about yourself and
Yeah,
other people and
yeah,
other cultures and ideas and so on.
yeah. Well said, Magnus. Well, with that, I'm going to wrap it up.
Thank you.
Everybody, thank you. So,
Thank
do
you,
you believe in
Anthony.
miracles, people? Put it down in the comment section. Do you believe in miracles? Yes or no? Okay, check back in. Great content. Like and subscribe. I'm signing us off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.